If we don't protect the work and the homies, I guarantee we next.
You don't have what it takes to keep up with a woman like her.
I know where you're at, and you know where I'll be.
Henry and BMF down will at least give us some peace.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love BMF, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now tonight, we're going to be talking about BMF Season 3, Episode 8. This is my quick thoughts, early impressions, so down below, I want you guys to let me know exactly how did this episode make you feel. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, Demon Time Bryant, he put those hands on Tyson. Like one of y'all said, he turned into Tyson in this episode. And I know Henrietta, she gonna be pissed off. She gonna be very upset when she learns about that news. But man, this episode was crazy. We had a lot of right-hand mans getting dropped off. Clyde, it's a damn shame to what happened to him, man. That boy was ahead of himself. And Remy, he was not playing around. I mean, this dude don't give a damn. He does not want any type of peace at all. I mean, I was thinking that Clyde would have a better strategy, a better game plan on how he was going to get all the other crews on his side. And when he's having these meetings, if Remy can just walk in, maybe you shouldn't be having that meeting at that location. I mean, I guess he didn't think Remy would walk in. Like, really? You can't be doing this. You know he hates Meech. So if you talking to these other crews about, you know, working with Meech and leaving Remy, what you think Remy gonna do? You know what I'm saying? He gonna be pissed off and he's gonna take you out. And that's exactly what he ended up doing. So as I told you guys, he was ahead of himself, literally. And I know Meech was pissed off when he saw Clyde's head at the club. I know he was like, man, I had it all figured out. I was this close to, you know, getting this deal, to doing what I needed to do to get Remy off the board. But now Remy seems like he's going to continue to create issues. But Meech did tell him, if Clyde was going to leave you, what you think your other people that's around you are going to do? He was leaving you for a reason. Why is that? Because you're a hothead, you're getting innocent people killed, kids getting dropped off under you. I mean, come on. You cannot continue to do business with a guy like this. And they're saving this whole thing with Remy probably to the season finale. But he definitely needs to get dropped off because he is a huge liability and he will continue to get people hurt. Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on your girl, Angel. Now, I talked about Angel in the final predictions video. And of course, there was a fan theory out there saying that maybe Angel is going to give Meech some intel on what Glock is doing. And that's exactly what ended up happening. She knew that Glock was watching Meech and that he wanted Meech up out of here. Angel decided to let him know what time it was, so that way he was more aware on what Glock would try to do. And luckily Meech was good, because at the end of the episode with the two strippers and the whole setup thing, because I thought that was a complete setup. You know what I'm saying? You're going to meet up with these two girls and all of a sudden Glock's right-hand man, he busts up in there, starts shooting, you know what I'm saying? Shoots one of the girls. Luckily, Meech was able to neutralize this dude, and he was the guy that got, you know, put through that window. I mean, he ran right through that window, and of course, he ain't here no more. He is gone, and I know Glock is going to be upset about that. I mean, as I told you, a lot of right-hand mans got dropped off. Tyson, Clyde, and Glock's right-hand man, I mean, they all gone, right? Now, this trip to Miami is going to be crazy in episode 9, because we know Angel, she already went down to Miami. We know based off that episode 9 trailer, she's going to be there. And the MKs, they will be there and they will see Meech and Terry. The sad thing is, you know, Meech, they did not want the MKs to know that they were down there. So now it's going to be a major problem, and Meech and Terry are going to have to somehow, some way make it back, you know, home alive, which they will do. But still, it's not going to be easy. And of course, Angel, she is risking her life messing around with the MKs. And if Glock finds out what she's done, giving Meech that intel, he will cut her water off. It will be over for her. So down below, let me know, do y'all believe that Angel will survive this season? Will she be good, or will she end up getting dropped off? Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on this Vince character. This dude got punked out easily. He was running his mouth, and then all of a sudden, all Terry had to do was tell him about himself, tell him about his schedule and what he's all about, and had this dude all shaking, looking stupid. Like, really? I thought he was going to be more of a threat, but it seems like he wasn't. And we know Markeisha, she's loving it, y'all. And she was just happy to see Terry, step up to the guy and put him in his place. And it seems like Terry and Markeisha will continue to build their relationship. And LaWanda, it finally seems like she's not really thinking, too much about Terry and more so about what she needs to do as far as her kids and her future. Now, quick thoughts, early impressions on Nicole. She was kicking it with Breeze in this episode. Terry, he pops up to the party. He ruins her night. I mean, Breeze's boy, he was happy as hell. I mean, he was thinking they was about to hook up and everything's going to be all good. But no, Terry came in and he did what a big brother is supposed to do. He shut all that down. Like, no, it ain't happening. So I know Nicole, she going to be very upset with Terry. And of course, she's going to, have to try to fix this thing with Breeze. Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on Detective Veronica Jin. I made the video about Veronica risking her life by doing this, by, getting close to Henrietta. In this episode, it seems like the two have more in common in that, Veronica was kind of catching feelings, right? And I was kind of happy that Veronica got up out of there because it was seeming like Henrietta was going to get up in that. So she understood, like, look, I got to get up out of here. Yes, I like you or whatever. I know more about you. But this is for Detective Emberson. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? And we know she agreed with, Brian about doing this for Emberson and Kevin. So she's going to continue with this game plan. I just don't know if she's going to be able to complete the mission without slipping up. And we know Henrietta, she has some issues in this episode. She, of course, needs to pay the suppliers that she pretty much stole from Peaches. And we know Terry, he decided to go in and have a conversation with those guys and just cut her off completely. So we're going to see what's going to happen in next week's episode as far as what Henrietta is going to do. I mean, she did have her so-called uncle help her out, but that doesn't matter because now you ain't about to get no weight from nobody from the looks of it. In your clientele, they ain't even messing with you. So it looks like Terry definitely has to one up on her. Now, quick thoughts, early impressions on your boy, Raw Dog Charles. He stepped up to the plate in this episode. He was able to perform in front of all the people. He was having a good old time. Of course, Lucille came to the performance. But did y'all hear what Lucille said when Charles asked her, can she just, come? She was talking about if I can bring Dr. Maurice. Like, really? I know Charles was kind of pissed off. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say that in the house that he built with his hands, brick by brick, day in, day out, getting this house together. I know he was upset. But she did pop up. Everything did seem like it was good. We did not see Dr. Maurice. I was hoping that we would. I wanted to see him and Charles have a conversation. I want to see Charles put those hands on him. But that did not happen in this episode. We know Charles is thinking about him because when Terry, was shaping him up, he was mentioning the doctor and how he can pay for this, he can pay for that and all that stuff. So we know Charles has to think outside the box in order to get Lucille to choose him, which at the end of the day, she still has to make that decision. But we know the doctor, he is still on her mind. So what's going to happen next within this whole storyline? I know your boy Charles was feeling real good when Terry gave him that money. I know he's kind of acting like he didn't want it, but he was like, you know what? Screw all that. Go ahead, give me a brick. I'm about to push this weight out there. I'm about to bring in some bread. That's how Charles really was feeling. But nah, he played it off like, nah, just, I'll take the money and, and have a good time with your moms or whatever. But we're going to see how this whole thing is going to develop with Charles because we know he going to definitely get those hands dirty eventually. Now, we'll be going in more detail later on in the day for the full recap. Your boy Terry, he was definitely moving like a boss with the whole lottery, IRS thing. He was doing some stuff up in this episode, but as I told you, it's still issues. They have to go down to Miami, but we know that the MKs, they will be a major problem. And in episode 8, the major problem was the Red Dogs. And Meech understood that they have to neutralize them somehow, some way. It's getting real hot. It's getting real hot, y'all, man. But we got 2 more episodes left. I cannot wait to see how it's all going to play out by the end of the season. But as I told you guys, I will catch y'all later on in the day for the full recap. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.